These are 5 players who will break out in 2025, starting with first baseman Vinny Pasquantino of the Kansas City Royals. Pasquantino is now entering his 4th season in the majors and has largely had his ups and downs throughout the first 3. He's a rare build at the position as his power hasn't quite reached expectations, but his plate discipline remains strong. In 2024, he had his best season to date that saw him mash 19 homers with 97 RBIs and a .262 average. While these are respectable numbers, I'm expecting a legit breakout for Pasquantino that surpasses last year's stats by a considerable margin. Hitting behind the likes of superstar Bobby Witt Jr., I could see a path for Pasquantino to reach over 110 RBIs if he can increase his average from 260 to 280. I also think that he has more power than what he's shown based on his minor league track record, so 30 homers is well within reach. If he can hit these numbers in 2025, then the Pasquantino breakout will be in full effect. Moving on to another player whose height may have fallen off a little, I'm going with Francisco Alvarez, the catcher of the New York Mets. Once the top prospect in the game, Alvarez gained high praise for his immense raw power that many scouts believe would translate into massive in-game stats. Up to this point though, the power has been flashed at times, but the overall results have been underwhelming. Last season, Alvarez hit just 11 homers in 100 games while pairing that with an alarming .237 average. It obviously hasn't been the start that Alvarez or fans alike have hoped for, but this is too talented of a player to struggle for too long. Keep in mind, he's just still 23 years old. He may never have a well-rounded skill set offensively at the position, but I think this is the year we finally see his huge power play up. I'm expecting Alvarez to be among the leaders in homers at the catcher position while also posting a respectable average around the 250 range. Next up is the youngest player on this list, who is also the top prospect in the sport just last year. It is Jackson Holliday of the Orioles. To say that Holliday's rookie season was a rocky one would be a complete understatement, as his highs were high but the lows were about as low as any. To put his struggles into perspective, Holliday seriously had an average of 59 in April that resulted in a demotion after only 11 games. When recalled again in late July, Holliday went on a tear for about a week, followed by another major cold streak down the stretch. What was overly clear for Holliday was that he was simply overmatched in his first taste of the majors. This was just a 20-year-old that had an immense amount of pressure, and he faltered as a result. The reason why I'm confident that Holliday will bounce back in 2025 is due to him having a fresh start and a good amount of games played under his belt. We often see young hitters come up, struggle, and be overmatched, but soon after they start to catch up and then take off. Now, I'm not expecting him to become a star in just his second season, but he will still be a large part of the Orioles' success this year. Moving on to the Bronx now, I'm choosing Jasson Dominguez as one of my breakout hitter picks. Dominguez has long been known around the league, partly due to him being a Yankees prospect, but the hype stands within reason. He's a physically built specimen despite his size, and one that has major raw power that matches almost any prospect. The Yankees have been unable to find him a consistent home in the majors due to their crowded outfield in the past, but that should change this year. When he has been on the field and in the lineup, he's impressed in spurts with a strong blend of power and speed. He's a guy that has obvious 2020 potential as soon as this year, and with a walk rate that should stand among the elite in the league, you have a supremely balanced player in Dominguez. Now, the key to his breakout will simply be playing time, but if he gets that, then you should expect the Martian to finally take off in 2025. And finally, the 5th and final player on my hitter breakout list is Masine Winn of the St. Louis Cardinals. Winn has certainly gone under the radar the last couple years, and you can argue that he's already broken out. In 2024, Winn had 85 runs, 15 homers, and 11 stolen bases in 150 games to go along with a .267 average. These numbers are already well above league average, but I still think Winn has another level to reach. Officially given the keys to the Cardinals' leadoff spot this year, Winn has a major opportunity to take off and crack the 100-run threshold. His power and speed mix should also allow him to hit both 20 homers and 20 stolen bases, all while hitting for an average that should sit around .275. Winn may never be a popular name even if he does reach these numbers in 2025, but he's a consistent producer who will likely be the Cardinals' best hitter this upcoming season. And that concludes my hitter breakout list for the upcoming 2025 Major League season. Let me know in the comments who you agree or disagree with. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.